Hey everybody, it's Jim from Aampe, and today I'm going to show you how to write more effective e-commerce triggered notifications. Let's go. So it probably goes without saying, but when you're trying to write a message that's triggered by an event, you want to make sure you trigger on the right event. Most e-commerce apps we work with trigger on things like a purchase complete, an add to wish list, or an abandoned cart. Those all can be valid, but what we've done here is run a propensity model across all of your different events that help to predict which events actually lead to retention and which lead to churn. So, to read this graph, if we look in this column here, for example, it shows all the different events. When you work with AMP, we import all of your different events so that we can look at them and you can analyze them and use all of them as needed. What you can see here is a common thread in people's first day. If they check out with a gift card, there's only a 27% chance that they're going to continue using your app. So that's a very high propensity to churn for users who place gift cards. Conversely, if you look at what is most likely to keep a new user on an app on their first day, it's checking their loyalty savings. So, we're going to write a message today based on this data that focuses on users who place orders with gift cards and encouraging them to join our loyalty program. So quickly, I'd like to just show you the events page in AMP. So we have all of your events here, and you can see how many are done and how many contacts have done them. And then you can check the trends over time. So this is who clicked on a wish list search bar, and you can kind of see how those work over time. Okay, so we're going to hop over into our configure triggers, like we talked about, and we're going to make a new trigger. And this one is going to focus on, we're going to call it gift card to loyalty program. So we're first going to look at users who have made a purchase with a gift card. So if it's greater than 0, which means they've made at least one purchase in the past 7 days, and if they haven't done that loyalty event in the past period as well. So these are users who've placed a gift card purchase but have not taken part in the loyalty program. And then we'll make an exit event uh, if they have actually done that loyalty event because we don't want to spam them. So once they've done the loyalty event, then we'll bounce right out. Okay, so we're going to save that trigger. All right, now we're going to hop over to our messages tab. And if you see, I've already written a draft here called gift card to loyalty program. I'll just open that up and then I will add a trigger, that one we talked about, gift card to loyalty program. All right, so I have my title, I have my trigger. If I'd like to, I can select an audience or put some tags to help me organize my catalog. And then I will hop right into my message. So I've already written this one, so you can kind of see some examples. Our loyalty program would look good on you. Join the loyalty program, get a bonus of 200 points today. Tap here to join. So we tried a couple things. For example, the way AMP works, we allow you to add a bunch of variations. So we have tap to learn more or tap here to join. So tap here to join is a little more aggressive CTA. Tap to learn more is a little more about discovery. Similarly, we can try an incentive of 200 points, free shipping, 100 points, 150 points, or whatever incentives we'd like to think of. These will all run in parallel, so it's kind of like a big giant A/B test. It's more like an A through Z test. The other thing I want to point out is we wrote different messages that appeal to different user types. So, for example, exclusivity. So you'll never believe the exclusive features available to our loyalty members. Get personalized recommendations might appeal to someone who cares about personalization. And our loyalty members get the most first glimpse at the latest fall fashions is exclusivity again. So I think I also put budget friendly. Loyalty members get all the best products for less, or loyalty members save more. So you can write to appeal to all of these different user types. And what our system does is put those all together into a bunch of different messages that a user could receive. So this one message chain that I've put together um, has all of those different combinations within it. And if we'd like to add another one, we could always highlight, add alternate, and then say tap to join now, for example. And then we have a new alternate. As easy as that. Once I've written my message, I can go into scheduling, and I can either set my message to send at a certain time or time period, or I can just let AMP optimize my message sends and send my messages when it thinks the user is most likely to respond to that message. Finally, I can do one last final check, make sure I like everything, the messages that I'm seeing. I can check all the alternates if I want and make sure that they all make sense. And then once I go to my final check, I can just come down here and either send a test message or just start sending. But where do I schedule my send times and user journeys? If you look closely, you'll notice that I didn't actually set up any user journeys or set any specific send times, and that's another advantage of Amp. It helps you avoid the orchestration problem. See, CleverTap recently found that about 28% of users uninstall apps because they report getting too many ads and notifications. And the cause of this is typically something we call orchestration. So, take the use case we discussed, making your first purchase with a gift card. Users who just made their first purchase with a gift card are also likely to qualify for a new user onboarding journey and a post purchase journey, not to mention any other abandoned cart, add to wishlist, or browse abandonment campaigns. This means if we were using traditional user journeys and timing sequences, our users could potentially get SMS messages or push notifications from 3 or more different campaigns at the same time or a very similar time, which again is a major cause of user churn. Therefore, when you write campaigns in AMP, our AI takes care of the message timing, sending the right message to each user at the time they're most likely to engage while respecting individual message limit preferences. So, how do you increase the effectiveness of your triggered CRM campaigns? Well, there are a few ways. One, make sure you're focused on the right events with the highest propensity to lead to your desired outcomes like retention and purchases. Two, write messages that appeal to each individual user's desires and motivations. And three, use AMP's AI to orchestrate and schedule your messaging, ensuring that each user gets the most applicable message for them individually and that they don't get bombarded with multiple messages from multiple campaigns. If you have any questions or would like to see your most impactful events, please drop us a note at hello@amp.com.